Include your audio haze.
Yeah, I got my audio included.
All right,
So this is
welcome
gonna
back.
be XRL X2 round one in Bahrain.
Yep. And if last week has anything to say, we're in for one pack season here. As last week, the exhibition race in Azerbaijan. We streamed it last week. If any of you want to get caught up, couple key moments in there. Very, very fun field race. Very action packed and very promising for the season too. The rest ahead of us.
Yeah, so man.
Uh, the top three from our last race, or the top three drivers we're looking forward to seeing this race, I'd say, or from my opinions, are Irons. There was Moist, I believe, who kept that comeback drive from last after he spun in Veli. Veli had some pace, but he DNF'd
Wait,
very early on.
irons?
Was it Irons? Yeah, it was Irons. He
No, I
was
thought
leading
it
for most
was
of the race.
moist
Huh?
too.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about winning. I'm not talking about winning. Just the top three drivers I'm
Uh,
looking forward to seeing in this race.
yeah, I'm looking at moist. Iron definitely. Shikiri. I'm gonna throw a wild card in there. I'm gonna throw Windex and Hero Gemini in there. They may be able to get points, some good
Yeah,
points for their teams
I could
today.
see it. I want to see what Veli could do. He had some pace last week, but he DNF'd way too early on for me to see. And this is a track where you can get some overtaking, so if quality doesn't go his way again, maybe we get to see what he can do.
Yeah, we can. This is the track we can overtake on for sure. So
And we will get going in about a minute or so, I believe.
and we've got the
That was it.
Mercedes boys, which actually were able to pull out pretty well
Oh, yeah,
in the
that
Baku
strategy
race.
masterclass. Unfortunate
And
for
that,
Zola to DNF.
yeah, unfortunate for Zola. He definitely had a podium going if he could have just pushed and not DNF'd. But I mean, things
He,
happen,
he,
you know.
he was unfortunate with Gallimanter in that final corner. Hit the wall, of course, and Zola collected him, having nowhere to go. But this is the real season, the real points start now, so that's all behind us in the exhibition stuff, and now we get ready for serious mode.
This is where stuff gets real and you gotta lock in.
As they're readying up now, we're getting ready to go. This is where everything gets serious. Everyone's going to put their full focus towards today, in the next 2 hours. We'll be right here along for the ride.
Yeah.
Shall we get some pre-quali predictions here, Hayes? Anything's going to be on poll today?
Hmm. Very. This is a very. It's a very interesting track. It comes with a lot of mechanical grip and of just everything. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna throw a wild card in there and say that Shakiri may bang it on pole today.
You gotta remember, there's no fast corners here either, so not many walls either for people to get caught out by, unlike Azerbaijan. But judging by the pace that Irons had last week in qualifying, it's looking very obvious or very likely for him to be back on pole here,
Yeah,
if
it's
he
leaning
shows the same
towards
pace he
irons because
has.
I mean he showed us that pace where he was setting pole times on hards compared to like mediums and softs. So
He had that gap that was way past the delta of what the tires should be like, the gap between the tires. So the pace from him is looking very strong, and if he can keep that here, it's looking like he'll have a very good start to the season. As long as he can carry it through to the race. Unfortunately, his strategy last time led him right into a battle after he pit his final pit stop, and kind of ruined his chances for the win there.
oh
As
yeah,
we
I
get
forget
ordered
to
away.
yeah I believe that XRL Zola just typed in the chat that he made up for it in XRL. I don't really know I don't really know XRL, so I mean I'm gonna take his word for it, but
And we see Windex and Veli
I
retired. We
believe that's our
have,
two qualifying
yeah,
bands.
quality bands. Ooh, we have two drivers in selecting mediums right now. Dave's going to the hard, so is JLab.
Let's see
And a
who's gonna
lot of
be
different
out
Q1 tire
first.
strategies. Looking
It
like a
seems to be
Ferrari.
a no Williams.
The Williams, yeah. The
The
Ferrari and the
Williams of
Williams are
Hera
coming out at the
Gemini
same
out
time here.
first to set the probably going to set the first lap time of the session.
There's a Ferrari and a Williams coming at the same time. Let's see what's off on my screen. Is it Shakiri or Irons? It
Let's see what Hera
is
Gemini can do on her lap.
Shakiri. Shakiri is also out.
Oh, we're expecting three quali bands today. I see we've got Low, Windex, and Veli with qualifying, man.
Oh, there's only Low left to retire. The other Williams, and there he goes. It's
Oh, there we
very
go.
nice teammate. Wait for the beginner lap.
Gemini going down into sector 2.
Just taking some time on this slow lap. Not really warming the tires aggressively.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the new heating and the new completely rework and overhaul of the grip and just overall system of the game, I mean, you don't really have to weave at all to heat tires anymore. You just got to brake on the straight a little bit or let off, and your brakes, tires, and everything should be warmed pretty well.
And that's the thing I see a lot of people do, which is just, I really don't understand. Like, under safety car, especially in X1, a lot of the drivers weave. And then, I don't know if they realize that braking and, like, braking while on the throttle is just as good as weaving. But weaving also severely harms your tires, so it's actually way more beneficial to just brake while on throttle than it is to weave, because the tire wear is so important here.
Yeah, and I mean, like, with the new Sector 1 is really the trickiest part about it. So Shaqiri's going to be the first to go on his lap. Haro Gemini going back into the pits.
But maybe just a installation lap, maybe? Getting a feel?
Maybe just trying to get a feel for the track. But Shaqiri on the mediums is going to be going for a time.
What's the sector time saying as he approaches turn 3? Yeah, no, turn 4, I believe.
So 26 coming through here. It is going to be a 29.402 for Shaqiri.
Strong. It's a strong sector. Ooh, and he goes a bit wide. That might be invalidated.
Yeah, a little bit.
But a little wide there. You don't want to get too far on that curve. You will spin, you'll straddle it, and your tires will not be able to touch the ground.
Going
very narrow.
There we go. I mean, looking all in all like a good lap.
It is, as long as he hasn't invalidated. This might be strong enough to put him through to Q2 with just this one lap here. Looking quite hooked up.
Wait, actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone here can get through to Q2 with the 3 qualifying bans that are being served.
Yeah, with the 3 wheel retired, all they need is one lap on the board. Doesn't matter how fast, how slow. I think they will all be through. Unfortunately, I was hoping we'd have a full grid for round 1. Usually that's when you get the most attendance.
I mean, 17 people is still...
That's still very impressive, don't get me wrong.
Shaqiri gonna set a 131.3, setting up for everyone to follow. Collie Boy, our second place championship contender last season, gonna try to get some redemption for last season, the shortcoming, but here we go. He's gonna be coming to the line. It's going to be a 132.027.
On the mediums as well, same as Shaqiri, 7/10. It shows how strong Shaqiri's time was on the mediums. Dave kind of to the line on the hards. So can he do?
Oh, and we've got a hello flag. Oh, I think it may have just been the Ferrari getting out of the McLaren's way.
It might have, but Dave comes to the line now on the hards. What times do we have? It's 33.3. I don't think the gap between the hards and the mediums is 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't. Run. Yeah, we might need another run because I mean everyone's getting through to Q3, so I wouldn't even, or to Q2, so I wouldn't really use a set of softs or anything. I'd just set my lap and continue onward.
I believe we have a Haas on the lap now on the softs, so we might see a bit of pace here from him. Boothy.
Oh, we've got a retirement.
That's out in the pit lane. I do believe that's in the pit lane.
Yes. Iron's going to go P2 with a 131.6 on the hards.
Now that is pace. 3/10. That is well above the gap between the delta and of the hards and mediums. Looking
Next
like
one coming to the line. Next one coming to the line is going to be Moist in the McLarens. Moist goes P5, and then Flavor immediately goes up to P3. Flavor had that really good just toe off of Moist.
They're falling really entire lap. Yeah. I don't know if that helped them throughout like the first 2 sectors, but down the stretch,
got an AlphaTauri coming to the line now. It's going to be a 132.1 on the soft compound of tire.
So not bad. Well,
yeah, Shaqiri retires.
Yeah, that is in the pit lane, so he does believe he will get through on that one lap, and he will, considering the 3 quality band retirements we've had.
And the one
Williams
retirement
and
without
Tom.
setting a lap.
This is only for pace gauging right now. People are setting laps so they can gauge where they will be for the rest of the qualifying sessions, as long as they get their laps down, of course, without making
Next
mistakes.
one to the line is going to be Boothie,
On
going
the
to
soft,
set
what's his pace? P3.
131.8, P3.
Good lap. Of course, you
Good
always
lap all
want
around.
to desire a bit more from the soft side, but nonetheless, top 3. Good lap.
That's enough for Q2, so I mean, no harm, no foul.
As we have Alfa Romeo or Ferrari coming to the line now. It's Irons going to the pits. Yep.
I believe our next car is going to be a Williams coming to the line. It's going to be the Williams Haro Gemini, who I predict to get some decent points.
Coming to the end of
Here we
the
go,
first
going to
lap,
be coming to the
what will
line. That's going to be a
P7.
132.4. An Alpine starting their lap. That's my mistake.
McLaren's coming back into the pits. The Alpine of Constant Jet on the softs as well. Let's see what the pace out of him.
Oh, the next one going to be coming to the line is going to be XRL Zola. Let's see what he could do coming to the line, and is going to be a 134.2. That is good enough for Q2.
And the Alpine of Constant Jet has just set a fastest Sector 1, so he does have pace here, Hayes.
Ooh, Constant
Might be in the
Jet.
mix. He might be in the mix here today.
Let's see what we've got here.
Mercedes have both set their laps. They will probably be boxing. They'll be safely through. And just set one lap, of course.
Oh, so I'm just getting word that Mr. Shark also had a qualifying ban.
Oh, so 4 people with quali bans today. And
Oh, that's gonna be a
Sector 2
purple
for
Sector
Constant
2.
as well. Yep. This is looking
guy's
like a
flying.
shootout. The Ferraris versus the Alpine.
Yeah, I mean, Ferraris are kind of, I don't want to jinx it, but they're kind of dominating through what we've
All
seen.
of qualifying. Yeah, even in Azerbaijan, the Ferraris were dominating qualifying. Of course, they stretched
Let's
away
see
from the
Constant
grid
Jet coming
early
to the
in
line.
race.
That's going to be good enough for P2.
P2.
That's going to
Sector
separate the
3.
Ferraris.
And a similar story to last weekend out. It's one of the Ferraris having that ridiculous Sector 3 that separates them from the rest in all of the qualifying sessions. Constant had both purple Sector 1 and 2 and could not manage a pole, even provisional pole here. It's only Q1, but still 2/10 in one sector. That's a big gap.
I think we've got everyone pretty much going into the pits.
So AlphaTauri's the last one to complete their lap so far. On this lap right now.
AlphaTauri's going to set their lap, and I believe they should retire.
Zola retires in the pit lane as well. His teammate J-Web boxes. Ooh, and Snake actually is a couple hundredths off of Constant Purple Sector 1. Ooh. A bit squirrely too. Turn 8, I believe. Got a lot of drivers with pace here.
Yeah, we've got, I mean, no one's really far apart when it comes to the top 5. I mean, they're all in 131s, and Kali with that 132.027. I mean, like, he's up there still.
They have the raw pace, so I'm interested to see how they handle the high fuel with the car, because that always changes things.
Snake with the purple Sector 2. Hold on, we may have a pole here.
They have someone go to the top, someone else. Other than a Ferrari topping a qualifying session, that would be nice.
Yeah, this is just giving me the 2022 season vibes all over.
But don't forget, it's always a Ferrari in the Sector 3 that's the strongest. Can he pull it off?
It looks like it, honestly. Yeah, that's going to be P1. XRL Snake.
He's got pace. We have bro, this top 5, all in 31s. The top 6 even.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a pretty interesting season.
Not even season, just this race right now. It's looking
I
quite
feel like in
promising.
X1, the times are going to be a lot more all over the place.
It's usually how it is in X1.
And you've got people who people like yourself who are probably going to be in the 128s, and you've got people like me who are probably going to struggle to
Oh,
set a
yeah.
129.
I think yesterday in the development race, pole time was a 128.6 from Samuel, and then me and second were 128.7. So it's going to be
Yeah, so
quite competitive in X1, at least at the top. Not much between the top drivers. It should be a similar story here in X2. You always want to see some fighting at the top. It's always boring to see a driver just streak off in the distance.
yeah, we don't really want to see one.
Of course, that's not what the drivers are feeling like. They don't care whether it's fun or not, but for
They
us
just
here
want to.
watching tonight,
Yeah, I mean, 6 minutes left in the qualifying session, and pretty much everybody's just retired except for Snake and Constant.
Constant who's in the pit, Snake who's heading
And then
back into
Constant
the
retires.
pits.
I believe that Snake is going to be going into the pit line.
And that is going to wrap up Q1. No one else is going to set a lap. I believe Snake will retire as soon as he touches the pit line here. Maybe give him a second.
And sooner rather than later.
It was in the box. Oh,
There it
there
is.
you go.
And that is
wraps up
Q1. Yeah, we've got pretty much some diversity in the grid. I mean, we've got a 6-way shootout, really.
Both Ferraris in the top four, but the qualifying was very straightforward, shall we say.
Yeah, we've got, so XRL Snake is going to take pole by 2/10, followed by Shaqiri, Constant, Irons, Boothie, and Flavor, which were all in the 131s.
And don't count out Cooley Boy, who's only 2,700th off of the 31, so some
Yeah,
decent
so, I mean,
gaps.
This race is really
close.
going to keep people guessing.
Between each driver from about second downwards, it's only about a 1/10 gap up until J-Lab and P9, so not too far off each other's pace.
I mean, we're going to see a really interesting qualifying here.
I'd hope so. It's always nice to get some tension at the top.
Alright, so it looks like the game has not taken out Windex or Veli, so they will probably have to retire again.
Well, do remember that a lot more people did retire, so I think the game might have randomized who retired there, or maybe the order they retired in.
Yeah, I mean,
Are the-
EA really did do good on this game. I mean, I like the just overall handling model, but I mean, there's been some pretty odd glitches.
I mean, but that's come with every game at this point. If you focus on the glitches, you'll just come to hate the game, so as long as you just get over the bugs quickly, and start enjoying the game for what it is, what I do, it's much more enjoyable that way.
Okay, we've got a
Been.
McLaren out first.
We do, and it is moist, one of the potential top 5 finishers here. Let's see if we can hook up something Q2 and bring some promise and strike some fear into his competitors' hearts.
Let's get all of our telemetry and whatnot reset.
I do
weird how the
believe we
game-
will see. I do believe we will see a 30 at some point here.
Yeah, I believe there's gonna be a pretty fast. I mean, drivers are pretty fast. I mean, most of the 131s were set on mediums and are hard, so I mean, we're gonna have to see that soft pace.
Yeah, 30 is very likely. Maybe mid 30s by the end of Q3. Close to X1 pace.
Yeah, I mean, drivers really aren't that far off.
The gap between X1 and X2 at the top is, or the top of X2 to say the midfield of X1 isn't very far off.
Yeah, I mean, with me, I was pretty, I don't really know the word, but pretty overall, just, you know,
Talking
quick.
about X1.
So, I'm talking about
Oh,
X2,
X1.
and then when I went to X1, I managed to actually score within the midfield. So,
The gaps aren't very big between the two, so we are seeing some very competitive drivers here as well. Is it the skill wrong?
there's more competition in X2, I feel.
Moist on his lap right now. This is that first little sector, or first little bit, is Bahrain. Very tricky to get right on throttle, but Moist hooks it up well. Hooks up turn 4 low. Turn low a bit too much. Hooks up turn 4 very good, very nicely. A 28.9 sector 1.
I think that's the fastest sector 1 we've seen.
Even in Q1, the fastest sector was a 29.2 flat from Snake. So.
Okay, so with the 2 retirements, 3 people are going to be out in Q2. Everyone's going to need to set a soft time.
Yep. Only 3 people were moved from this session, apart from the qualifying ban people, of course.
So we've got Moist. Goes a little bit wide. Gonna be a 108.264. That's the fastest we've seen.
Very strong lap. It's a very strong lap here from Moist. As we have a yellow in sector 1. Looks like a Alpha tire getting out of the way of one of the Mercedes.
We've got Moist coming around the final corner. Gonna be looking very promising, and it is going to be a 130.684.
Very strong, especially in Q2.
And then the Alfa Romeo of Collie Boy goes to P2 with a 131, and then immediately taken by Hero Gemini with a 131.242.
And Hero Gemini's time would have been good enough for P2 in Q1. The track is ramping up here.
Let's see what we have here. Who's going to be the next to the line?
It's an Alpine. Constant Jet.
Right. Let's see what Constant can do. Oh, this is Outlap.
Outlap. And the come to line is another Ferrari.
And then we've got a Ferrari. So
this Irons on a push lap, come to the line. P4.
It's going to be a 131.5 on the hards.
Once again, he's running the double hard strategy, I believe.
We've got the AlphaTauri who has invalidated their lap time. I believe that our next driver will be the Ferrari.
It's looking like the Mercedes coming up to the line now, but I think both of them are on outlaps. So yes, the next come to the line on the push lap will be Shaqiri. I want to wait 0.6 in sector 2. It's 4/10 off the pole time for Moist right now. It will still be a 30 if you can get the last corner hooked up.
I believe it may. It's good enough for P2 with a 130.896.
This driver's trying to show their pace here.
I believe that there's a really large battle for P1 going to be going on here.
It's Flavor coming to the line now. No, that's his teammate Boxing. That is Moist finishing off his strong line. Riding on board a Constant Jet here. The top one of the potential top finishers. Very hooked up to the penultimate corner. Coming to the final corner now. He's very low on ERS. He might have been burning before on his outlap.
Let's see, Constant Jet. See what he can do. It'll be a 131.337.
He might be a bit
falls right in behind Hero Gemini. There's a McLaren. That's going to be P2.
Ooh,
I think this may be McLaren's versus the Ferraris.
McLaren v Ferrari. Ooh, that's nice. The gap separating them from P1 to P3 is 2/10. Nearly dead on 2/10 as well.
Got an AlphaTauri of Herbie, and then another Mercedes of Zola going to go P5. Herbie going P9.
Riding on board of Shaqiri, can he improve on his time to maybe split the McLaren? Oh no, he's piece boxing. That was his in lap. Not yet. Not considering another push up just yet. We have Dave on a lap right now.
Our next to the line's going to be Dave, yeah. Dave really smooth on the inputs.
He's harvesting ERS here, Hayes. I think he's doing an extra outlap here.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's farming it.
We don't really have anyone on push lap yet. They're all coming to the box, maybe preparing for the second run. Dave trying to start his lap here, come to the ultimate corner.
Dave gonna be coming around, gonna be starting his line. Oh no, he's going into the pits.
Dave hasn't set a time yet. He's in the top zone. He's decided to box.
We've got a Haas of Boothie. We go P10.
It's very on the edge there.
Now the times that we are waiting on are going to be J-Lab and Snake.
I'm about to start his lap here. Come to the final corner. We do know Snake has the pace to easily get himself out of the top or bottom 5 here, so Boothie will have to come out again and maybe put on the softs. This mediums might not be enough for him.
Yeah, I think that the softs are going to have to be brought out for 3 of these mediums runners.
Very nice return 1 for J-Lab. Good throttle to turn 2. A good run.
Caleb on the mediums.
Oh, he is. He has some confidence too. I think the medium can get him out of Q2.
If they can, I mean, round of applause.
And a 29.4 for a sector purple.
That's, I mean,
I think that's a bug.
Yeah, I think that may be a visual bug.
28.8 earlier course from Moist. I do believe that's a visual bug. Still on smooth lap. 6/10 down on P1 here. That'll put him around P4, P5. If he can keep the pace going.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Collie Boy and Dave are going to be going out for their laps. I mean, I think that they're going to try to mix up the front few.
Coming to the end of Sector 2 here for J-Lab, it is a 1:08.9. Around 7:10 start for the P1 time. Basically, might slide him right behind until on his teammate Zola and bump him down a bit.
J-Lab going to be rounding the final corner. Going to be gunning it to the line. It is going to be a 131.3, and that is P6.
1,000 separate
Wow.
Mercs here. Very similar pace.
And we've got Harold Gemini and Shaqiri just in the middle of the Merc and the McLarens.
And Snake finishing his up. Go P1.
Oh, Snake! P1.
4. Ooh, the pace. They might be in the 29s here in Q3 with some track evolution.
Yeah, I mean, still 5 minutes left in Q2. I mean, a lot can happen.
And J-Lab off track here, as we see. Of course, he picked up a lot of penalties
Waiting for everyone to pass.
in the dev race yesterday. You cannot be off track for more than 12 seconds, or else you will receive a 10-second penalty, no matter how fast you're going.
That is very odd.
A very odd place to let people by. But he has built himself a gap here, preparing for another lap. Let's see.
The Haas.
I think Collie will be the next to the line. He's on a push lap.
We've got a Ferrari coming out.
Ferrari. I don't
believe that's Irons, yeah.
Irons is he's on the edge there. He's on the drop.
He's on the softs now. He's gonna... Oh, Collie's gonna be coming to the line. He is a second up on his time. I think this may be pole position.
It might be, and he does.
And it's going to be pole.
Oh, where does that come from? Alfa Romeo on provisional pole here in Q2. Very quick. We have a lot of fast people that we weren't seeing last week in Azerbaijan here.
Yeah, I mean...
Where's all this
the
come
season's
from?
actually started. It's time to lock in.
Of course, Alfa Romeo is one of the teams that had that abysmal weekend. The drivers didn't seem to get anything right in any of the sessions last weekend, but...
Yeah, nothing seemed to have gone right for the drivers.
Look at the pace here. It's a 10th clear.
I mean, wow. Boothie going to be going back into the pits.
And I don't think there's anyone else on a push lap yet.
Irons on his outlap. Shaqiri's just staying in the pits. He's like, I've got good enough for Q3. And I mean,
We have Herbie in the drop zone here on his push lap, his final one. He will not have time for another lap with battery and stuff. Oh, and he's off track.
oh yeah, Herbie.
And he's made a mistake, and he's backing off. He's going to try to save his tires for that second lap. He can do it. He has time. But the pressure is on for him. He's already in the drop zone. He needs to hook up a lap here if he wants to make himself out. And Dave...
Irons on his outlap. Going to be starting his push lap.
And I think that...
The guy who got pole last week in Baku. Let's see what he can do in Bahrain.
He has his team ahead of him.
Oh,
Maybe
the
his team
traffic
can-
up ahead of him as all the drivers are scuttling out trying to get into Q3.
I was going to say maybe his team could help him out with the tow here. It doesn't look like he needs to slow down, just let him die. He's getting his way too much. I played any team games here.
Yeah, I mean,
Sector 1 time from 4/10 up on
Wow,
his time.
4/10 up.
But still not the quickest Sector 1 here.
No, I believe that was Purple Sector 1.
It is a visual glitch. I remember seeing a 28.8 from Moist, and that was a 29 flat, so... More visual bugs, of course, but...
Let's see, Irons is going to be coming around. That was a really good corner, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's he'll lift himself comfortably out as long as he doesn't validate. 4/10 up on his current time right now. Lift him all the way up to P6 ahead of Gemini here. The end of Sector 2.
And if the Mercedes can
He's
get together,
9/10. He might be on for pole here.
Yeah, he might be on for pole. Oh, wow.
It's a provisional pole. He'll claim the time of Q2.
Irons flying.
It's
He's got to
that-
find like 3/4 for pole. Let's see what he can do. He'll be coming to the line. That is going to be pole position.
And he's showing the pace from Azerbaijan again. That's Iron's pace, of course, we remember from the exhibition race last week. We dominated
And his
every
teammate
qualifying
Shaqiri.
session. Shaqiri starts his lap now. See what the other Ferrari can do.
Getting a little bit of tow from his teammate. Oh, and his teammate ducks out of the way.
People die, and Shaqiri
29.2. He's 2/10 up on his time.
2/10 down this teammate.
He can seem to find 5/6. He may be on for front row here. Let's see. We've got all these other drivers starting their laps.
A lot of people coming out here for the track evolution rush. There'll be a lot of times at Temple. Of course, the bottom 5 right now, Constant Jet. That is a surprise. It's a surprise to see him down there. We have the other Alfa
We got
Romeo.
Shaqiri flying. Be coming to the line. Let's see what he can do. He's 3/10 up on his time. If he can manage to find 2/6, or 2 to 3/10 in this final sector, he may be on for pole position.
He is 3/10 down his teammate Irons, however, so I think this will slot him about P4, right in front of Moist, with the two McLarens hot on his heels.
Let's see what we've got. Qualifying is officially over. That's going to be P5 for Shaqiri. That's good enough for Q3.
And Zola.
Zola goes to P4. J-Leb with the purple sector 2. Hold on.
Flying along. Merckx might have brought it back now, considering from last week where they had a little bit of a dry patch in the exhibition race at Azerbaijan, but here they might actually have some raw pace as J-Leb goes
J-Leb.
P8.
Constant Jet going to be going into the pits.
I don't
Boothie.
know if J-Leb is safe at that time.
Boothie missing his wing. I think that 11, 12, and 13, they're out.
And Gemini's boxing in P10. We have Boothie on a lap. He may be able to... Oh, and his wing is gone. Boothie's front wing is gone. Very unfortunate. He is out of qualifying. So is Dave.
That is going to be
And
Constant Jet, Dave, Boothie, Veli, and Windex all out.
Yet again, another top contender out in qualifying. Constant Jet was it was in the top 5, I believe, in Q1.
Yeah, I believe it was top 5.
It's so unfortunate again, but we will have another fast driver making their way through the field. That is it. There will be
the
0 eliminations in Q2. Constant Jet, Just Dave.
And Harrow Gemini barely grazing by. Oh, and Flavor goes
P1. Flat, a 30 flat. They are going to be the 29s in Q3 here, Hayes. This is going to be some very, very quick times coming soon.
Yeah, and I mean, this track isn't even fully evolved yet, and that is the end of Q2.
McLaren on top.
Yeah, McLaren really.
Let's show it off here. That's what you think. This what you think the times can't get any faster. 2/10.
All right, so we've got Flavor, Irons, Collie, and Snake on our front 4. I mean, we've got Zola in 5th fighting for it with only 900ths to separate them.
The entire top 5 are 5 different teams here. The constructors' battle is going to be very intriguing.
Wow, Harrow Gemini barely skimming by on that on those softs.
The gap was 3/10, but she was very bold to box without knowing the full track situation. If Boothie did have his wing, I do believe he might have had the pace to displace her, but very bold move from Gemini there.
Yeah. All right. So we've got a Q3 appearance from a lot of drivers that, I mean, pretty fast. I mean, all of these drivers, I mean, both of the McLarens, both of the AlphaTauris, both of the Mercedes, both of the Ferraris.
The entire top fives were 5 different teams, and we're seeing some pace I was not expecting to see here today in X2. I'm pretty
And the
sure
Williams, the
All the-
Williams being, the Williams and Alfa Romeo being the odd ones out here.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure all the top 5 here would have been good enough for maybe the top 10 in the development race yesterday with some X1 drivers, so
Yeah, let's get all of our
talented.
stuff.
Very talented drivers here. Get that on.
Gotta get all of our data reset.
Yeah. There's a lot of drivers heading out early. 3. We have the AlphaTauri of aka Herbie. We have Hero Gemini and Shaqiri all getting out early here.
Honestly, I'd wait for tire or track evolution.
They say the early bird gets the worm, but I think the last across the line here might have the fastest time in track evo.
Yeah, but something about this track is there's pebbles that EA added. There's little pebbles that are off the racing line. So if you go off the racing line, you may pick up some pebbles in your tires.
The marbles.
That's what a lot of esports drivers have been complaining about.
The marbles aren't like super well designed in my opinion. You will still pick up a little bit even on the racing line, but it's weird to see that in qualifying at least, because there isn't much running or too much running to create marbles like that in my opinion.
Phew.
It's gonna be.
And we've got, looks like it's gonna be an AlphaTauri. It's gonna be starting their lap first. It's gonna be Herbie.
Looking very twitchy throughout his outlap. See if we can get it hooked up
That
here.
may be a. Oh, we just met our follower goal.
Oh, we did. Ah,
920.
welcome everyone watching. This is Q3. You joined at the best part. Look at the screen so far. Let's show you some very entertaining action here.
Wow, I'm glad I caught that. I just saw the confetti and turned to the right, and there it was.
Looks like a 4-way shoot for pole here. We have Herbie on his lap. Close that.
Gonna be going pretty fast. Oh, 29.2. That's not the fastest we've seen, but that's still up there.
It's still solid. It's still a solid lap. Or a solid sector 1. Ooh, he's twitchy. Just like on his out lap. He's struggling to get the power down here. Coming down to the back straight now. That sector 1 is looking pretty good from him. He might place him mid-pack,
Yeah,
P5 maybe.
Let's see what Herbie can do coming to sector 2.
The end of sector 2
See
now.
what can he set on
Looking
the
for a
soft
mid-108.
tire.
A 108.3. That's
108.3.
very
It's pretty
strong.
quick.
Yeah, very strong for a midfield run there. I'll place him maybe, yeah, actually around P5 when everything shakes out.
Yeah.
Solid lap from Herbie here.
Oh, and we've got Flavor playing the strategic game, gonna sit in the pit lane and conserve those softs. 130.751. Shaqiri gonna best that with a 130.122.
Oh, the track is evolving.
Hero Gemini with a 130.911.
If Snake coming to the line now to finish out his lap. One of the contenders for pole here. Can he bang out a 129?
Yeah, let's see what he can do. That's a 130.343. Wow. These drivers are just grazing a 129, and I know they all want it. And I think Irons, honestly, may be the man to do it.
He might. As we have the next across the line on the push lap may be Moist, I believe. Or Cooley.
Oh, it's going to be Collie Boy, I
It's
think.
going to be Collie.
Collie looking very strong in Q2, went on pole for a little bit. On the mediums.
Sector 2 time 107.
Oh, a 107.
Oh, he's cooking.
Oh, he's flying.
But Alfa Romeo in contention for pole. I didn't think I'd be saying that last week, but look at him go right now.
This is the man of the hour. If this is the one to set the 129 lap we're waiting for, this is who's going to do it. Let's see, coming to the line, and it is going to be a
Oh,
130.2.
I do believe he may have
Wow.
lost time somewhere because that second two was rapid. Oh, bro. Oh, man. Next across the line on a push lap.
It's going to be moist, I believe. Yeah, moist.
It's a Ferrari. Is it irons? No.
Moist,
Might
I
be
believe.
moist. It is moist. Coming to the final corner now.
Flying on his time. I mean, this is just impeccable.
Let's see if he
I
can-
think this, honestly, this may be a 129 lap. Hold on.
He's looking a bit
To the
far.
line.
Oh, no. It's not.
Oh, it's going to be a 130.420. Let's see, next one, man of the hour, Irons, who we've all predicted to set pole with a one, and he looks like he can do it.
Oh, yeah.
This is a really strong looking lap. Let's see, to the line. It's going to, oh,
130 flat, but we're so close.
200ths off. They are
We're
so
so-
close. Throwing their car through every single corner.
But
Oh.
maybe with just a little bit of track evolution, we might be able to see the praised 129s here, Hayes.
Next one to the line is going to be Zola. Looking like a strong lap.
It is. The Mercs
To
do
the
have
line,
this-
it's going to be a 130.3, good enough for P4.
And he was there in Q2. He might genuinely be a second row runner here. He might get a second row start, pick up some pieces, and be a contention for a podium.
Yeah, when we get that, I mean, we're looking at our qualifying pace, but this race pace is going to be this race battle is going to be amazing because we've got the Ferraris, the AlphaTauris, the Alfa Romeo, the Mercedes, and the McLarens all trying to get a piece of that. And I mean,
Look at the
we're going to have to see.
Look at the gap from P3 to P7.
It is.
Look at that
This is
gap.
honestly looking like a. This is looking like an esports.
This is a very tight field here. This Flavor, the last one to set his first flying line, comes to the end of Sector 2. What's it looking like for him? 107.8, very strong pace through the Sector 2 as well.
And we're flying. Let's see what we have from Irons and boxing. I think that may be Flavor coming to the line.
Come to the line. and
Flavor,
fast
129, finally.
Flavor breaks the barrier. We're into the 129s now. If you want pole, you have to put everything on the line here tonight. So everyone, oh, we have Herbie and Gemini on their outlap for their final and second run.
Everyone's gonna want to beat Flavor for that pole position. The McLarens are looking strong. I mean,
Irons is less
Moist
than a
can.
tenth away.
yeah, I mean, this is gonna be interesting.
The gap from P3 to P7 is 1.5 tenths, I believe, or maybe 2. Just about 2 tenths. Oh, the gap here is so ridiculously tight. Especially on a long track like this, that is very hard to get. So we wait for drivers to start their second flying laps.
Got Flavor, who's already finished up with the 129.
I think the first to be on the flying lap will be Gemini, the second run.
Gemini at the bottom of the board right now. Oh, the snap.
Gemini coming to start a lap now, around the final corner.
Let's see, you're gonna be pushing. Gonna be trying to get out of the bottom 10, or at the very bottom of Q3. She's gonna try to get out of it.
Through turn 1 now, a little bit wide. That's okay. Oh, she did lose it to turn 2. Oh,
That's gonna
very
cost her
good.
some time. Let's see. Looking like a pretty okay lap.
I mean, she might be able to salvage the rest. She gets the rest of the lap hooked up, but that turn 2 might have cost her dear.
Oh, that's a second down.
A second down. Her lap.
It
here
looks
is
like she's
ruined.
aborting it. Yeah, she's aborting it.
She might have time for another run, but those tires will not be happy with her. We jump back to
Let's
Herbie
see,
now.
we've got Herbie going on
Very
his.
snappy.
Oh, little snappy out of that corner.
Just like his first run, having trouble putting the power down.
These guys are throwing everything they have at the race, at the racetrack, and I mean, there's errors.
Left, right, and center here. The Sector 2 thing for Herbie. Coming to the line. The Sector 2 line now. Looking for a mid 108.
Let's see. Looking strong. Oh, that's
a 10th up on his
very
time.
strong.
That won't be enough to move in positions, but maybe he can get this last little sector hooked up. Two corners in.
Maybe this last little sector was where he lost all of his time.
Turn 4 very tricky. If you got on that exit curve or turn or the final turn, very tricky. If you got on that exit curve, you will lose a car, and he nearly goes over the line. Very nearly to the line now,
bug.
and he does not.
Maybe a 10th up.
He does not improve his position.
See, Hera Gemini going to be starting her second lap.
We have a Ferrari come to the
Flavor
line now.
retiring with the 129. He's pretty confident that no one's going to beat that.
Shaqiri come to the line. Can he claim pole off of
Shaqiri
Flavor's
going to
head?
be 130.122. I think that he aborted that lap. He's going for another one.
Oh, he is. He wasn't using
Probably
any
going to
battery.
be the next one to the line now.
And he is on a push lap. It was a very quick out lap for Shaqiri there. Calling to the line now. And I know nothing about his second times, but coming to the final quarter, that looks very strong in the 125.
This is looking like strong lap. A 130.223 that's going to settle him into P4.
The fastest sector 3
Oh,
for Collie, but
Snake!
not enough.
Snake cracks the 129s as well.
We have the Mercs coming to the line now, though. Zola, can he improve? He does not improve his time. Without his teammate J-Lab, can he improve? And he stays
Look at
P7.
Snake. Snake with the 129 as well.
Oh, I believe all of them are starting their laps now. They're very late out. Everyone's starting their laps. Not J-Lab or Zola will use their battery. Everyone here having quick out laps, trying to get to the line as fast as they can. We have a Williams on the line. That is Gemini. She might be starting her second lap after
Shaqiri 2/10 up on his time. Ooh.
Oh, this battle for pole is just heating up. It's nowhere near done yet.
And we've got Irons. He's not out of it yet.
Riding on board with Snake here will be the first of the pole contenders to cross the line. Very strong for Sector 1. Very hooked up to the rest of the...
Let's see what he can do. In Sector 3, going to be crossing the line.
And Shaqiri! 29.7.
Shaqiri with the 129.7.
Oh, very tough to beat.
I believe that Collie's going to be the next one to cross the line, but it looks like he's not going on a lap.
Snake has made a mistake. He's 3 seconds down on his time.
Oh no!
Grave mistake. Next to cross line will be a Mercedes. It looks like Zola. This team is retired.
Irons can do. Let's see what Irons is going to do. Oh, 600ths down on his time.
Oh.
Unless he finds just all of the pace in the world through this final sector.
And that's where he's always been strongest in both tracks. It's always Sector 3. The Sector 3 merchant. You get it done. It was favorite
Looking
sector.
like a strong lap, honestly. Let's see. Coming to the line, it is going to be a 130.05. He barely missed it.
And that is it for qualifying. A very anticlimactic end. But Shaqiri at 29.7. So strong from him.
Just completely pushed. Wow.
I think Irons will be a bit disappointed with that because he had a lot of pace here.
Yeah, I mean, losing out to your teammate's never a good feeling, but I mean, race pace, he showed really good race pace.
Oh yeah, last time I was about John, he pulled, I think, about 10 seconds and 6 laps on his teammate.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
Don't count him out.
Of course, it's never
All
over.
right, so your front two are going to be Shaqiri and Flavor, a Ferrari and a McLaren. Haven't seen that in a long while. We've got, and then our 3 and 4 is going to be Snake and Irons. Our 5th and 6th are going to be Collie and Zola. 7th and 8th are going to be J-Leb and Moist. And 9th and 10th are going to be Herbie and Hero Gemini.
The top 3 are a Ferrari, a McLaren, and an Alpha Tauri. It's looking like it's going to be a constructors battle between them 3 this season.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the AlphaTauri of Herbie. Oh, wait. J-Leb DNF'd in that
Uh,
quali. I don't think we got that.
I think he retired in pit lane from what I saw.
No, it said terminal damage.
Oh, I didn't catch that. It slipped my mind.
Yeah, I don't think we caught that. I think we were in the heat of the moment in the qualifying battle.
And we will be taking a 5-minute break here before we get everything kicked off. Get your snacks, get a bathroom break in. It's looking like
Yeah,
a
if
very
you have
tight
water,
fight.
I'd recommend getting it.
It looks like a very tight fight at the top, but you know, the tight fights always make it interesting. And what I want to hear right now is your race predictions, Hayes.
Honestly, I'd say Shaqiri. I mean, that qualifying time was impeccable, and I mean, like, I know qualifying doesn't really dictate the race pace, but he was flying. And I mean, Flavor, the first one to settle 129 and to battle with Shaqiri, I mean,
Oh,
and honestly, I'm going to put my faith in Zola. I mean, last week, he was the underdog, and he came back to be pretty high up there. So, I mean, my predictions are going to be Shaqiri, Flavor, and Zola, honestly.
I'm going to. I have no clue, but I do feel like we're going to get a fair amount of safety cars here. And unfortunately, I think
And
Irons will be in the
honestly,
mix of that. And even though he has strong pace, I do not believe he'll have it here, given some circumstances.
and I mean, Veli being able to pretty much fly, I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, we also have Constant Jet going to be coming to the field too. Ooh, my
Yeah, and
top
I mean,
three predictions.
Veli who showed his pace in Baku, but just had an like really pressing into his qualifying. And I mean, yeah, I mean, on this track where overtaking is really common, we'll see.
You know, I'm going to go back on my word here. I believe that Moist will get the two-peat. I believe he'll be in P1. It'll be Irons
Yeah, I
in
mean,
P2.
Moist showed impeccable pace in Baku. Like, I'm not counting him out, but he's got to work through 7 cars to get there. So,
I believe Shaqiri may have some sort of unfortunate issue for him, even though he's in P1 right now. I do believe we'll be
and we've
seeing
got
some
Mr. Shark, who we've never seen really race before. I mean, he may be a very talented racer. I don't know.
By the way, I hope it's thoroughly entertaining for the next 2 hours.
Veli gonna try to go for those overtakes on a track that he can actually overtake on.
Of course, there's not as many walls, so we'll be seeing less DNFs hopefully. But
Yeah.
I do believe we'll still have
Mr.
new safety cars.
Yeah. Let's go. Let me go review the lap times from our pole sitter Shaqiri. So he set a 129.7, which was the pole time, and was in the 130s, but just completely blew that out of the water with a 127.
We only had
To
two
get on
drivers in
pole.
the only 129s there, but that pull time was rapid. I don't know where that came from, but
Yeah, that was.
I don't think Shaqiri was in the top 3 for any of the qualifying sessions there, except the final one.
Shaqiri muted his mic and said, "I'm locking in,"
And oh boy,
and I mean
did
he got it done.
1.5 tenths clear of P2. In this
Yeah,
tight
and I mean,
field.
if this pace transfers into the actual race, I mean Shaqiri may be able to pull off a Max Verstappen, honestly.
World-class drive in round 1.
Yeah, so.
A very good confidence boost, maybe to carry through the rest of the season.
And Moist has said that he didn't make it to set a last lap.
Oh.
So, I mean, Moist, honestly.
Oh, and we're starting
I
the
believe
race.
it's going to be. Yeah.
Is that an early start? Or are we going already?
I'm stuck in.
Oh no, we're going.
I'm stuck in a panel. I can't see anything. I'm stuck in the race director.
We're going for me. We turn 1 now. It's Shaqiri in the lead, and Flavor's in second. Gaps is not stated. I do believe this is an early start. I'm checking right now.
Is it an early start? Let's
Oh,
go
we're
see
already
the.
going. We're already going. We have missed track of time. My apologies. We have missed track of time. We have already gotten going on lap 1 here. It is Shaqiri in P1, Flavor P2, Snake in P3 at the end of sector 1. Iron's falling close behind.
I'm currently stuck in the race director. I have to leave the session really quickly and rejoin because I'm stuck and can't see anything.
Been a very clean
So give
first
me
lap so
1
far.
second.
Some battling behind 3 wide. No safety cars yet. Very slow through turn 10 here. A lot of drivers jostling for position. Oh, who's that getting squirrely in the background? That's Dave. Constant Chet is down the last. A very bad start from him.
Hero Gemini losing 2 positions. 3 positions, I think, off the start.
A lot of the gaps are all, majority of them are within the 10th here. Like a nice pack race. It kind of reminds me of Miata's maybe an iRacing. Someone going for the move down to the final corner. So I believe that is J-Love going defensive. Both Mercs blocking him. Oh, and into the back of him. Who was that? That was Herbie into the back of Zola, I believe. They're all over the road. And some people pitting with, that's a Ferrari going to the pits with damages irons and iron for tires.
Oh, there's just more damage everywhere.
And there's a safety car. Irons has retired. Going into the pit lane. I wonder if he got collected from behind and put into a wall. Irons has been collected at the end of lap 1. And safety car is out here.
Okay, I'm back in, so let me return on all of my information. We've got a 5-second for Veli. Wow.
And we missed the start of the race there. My apologies. We got a little bit sidetracked with time.
Wow, this is actually some pretty... Wow, Windex up from like 15th to 12th on the first lap.
Another flying start for him. Very unfortunate for Irons there.
Yeah, Irons just looked like he had all the pace in the world.
We see the weaving come out to keep temperature in the tires. Wow, that was a fairly clean start until
Oh,
then.
Shaqiri!
Oh,
Shaqiri and J-Leb are out.
We are all retiring.
Oh wait, I believe it's a lobby restart.
We are doing a lobby restart, as I believed. I did believe we started early. I thought we were getting sidetracked with time, but it looks like we're getting a lobby restart here. Yeah, we are. Give us one moment here, folks. We're getting a lobby restart in. I did believe we started early there. I thought it was my fault for missing time, but we are getting a lobby restart. So everything will reset from 0. We'll get another lap one that we will cover for you. Let's give us a moment.
Oh, so a lobby restart. That was
Chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, Iron's gonna get his redemption.
He's gonna get a second chance here.
Gonna get one more opportunity. I am gonna have no time to practice for my race later on today.
Oh yeah, same. We're in the same boat as you here. X1 later on, of course, in about 2 hours time for everyone watching. We'll have X1 streaming here with your hosts Zola and J-Leb. Give them a follow on Twitch.
Me and Stoic will be actually racing in X1, so
you get to see us in there. Hopefully, some good results for the both of us.
You will probably see Hayes Boruto is retired from the session. I'll just say that. But
I'm feeling kind of dumbstruck here. I don't know what happened.
yeah, that
there.
was
Have we
that
found out
was
why
chaotic.
We found out why we're restarting. Of course, your game wasn't working at the start there, but I do believe it was because of an early start to the race.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to see what we can do with the lobby restart. I mean, hopefully we won't get caught out.
Yeah, maybe just take a breather, reset, get everything ready again, go again from lap 1.
Are we going to take this lobby restart as a red flag, or are we going to take this lobby restart as a,
I do believe we will just take the result from qualifying. Yeah,
that was chaos.
What's his face? Is Shaqiri back in? And where's Irons? Is Irons is back in, so I do believe it will be the result from quali will be counted for the grid. Considering Irons did DNF at the end of that lap. As we wait to get going again, let's redo our predictions, Hayes, since that's all.
Yeah, I mean, seeing one lap of racing.
Very clean start, actually. Cleaner than I expected here at Bahrain. Like, they all made it through the first lap until the pit lane, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I was really. Iron's gonna get his redemption from that unfortunate knockout in the opening lap.
Gonna get a second chance here. I'm gonna keep my prediction the same. I'm gonna keep it as Moist P1, Irons P2, and maybe a surprise in P3. Maybe we see Constant come back to the field, or one of the Mercs.
I think P3 is gonna be really just anywhere. Like, I mean, anybody can take it. And
I'm
I
gonna,
mean,
I'm gonna back my money on
P1, P2,
Constant.
the podium pretty much, like, everyone has a chance on the podium, really.
That top 3 gap is very small. I think it's about under
Everyone's
2
pretty
tenths.
even.
Very tight field here.
We're just gonna hope and pray for a clean race.
I mean, that lap one was promising until the pit lane, so maybe we get your wish here. As we get all the lobby settings back up, it might be a bit more of a delay from last time, but we promise you it'll be worth the wait if you want to stick around here.
Oh. Well, I mean, we will see.
Oh wait, let's get some let's change it up a little bit. Let's get some X1 predictions from you, Hayes. You know the field. We're both racing. Let's get some X1 predictions.
I'm gonna be P1. I'm gonna be P1 by a minute. I'm gonna lap everybody up a second.
Max Verstappen, a little performance from you.
Yeah, that's
Make
exactly
Max
what's gonna
proud.
happen.
Maybe get signed by an esports org if you could manage that.
Yeah, if I can manage that. I deserve a contract.
Yarno would fear your name whenever he saw you in the session.
If I can manage to beat Sasha and Stoic, I mean, Samuel, then yeah, I deserve a contract. Sign me.
Samuel was quite close to my pace yesterday. It's looking very tight at the top. Maybe have a 4-way fight for the lead. Of course, join us later for that. Or not me. Join Zola and JLeb for X1 later on in 2 hours. They'll be commentating for you on the X1 race.
Hopefully they don't clown me too bad.
Oh, it's gonna be a mess. You already know X1. A lot of drivers with some very high egos or big egos. It's gonna be a lot more competitive in terms of skill, but nonetheless, the gaps here are still tight enough to be considered very competitive. A lot of people, a lot of the midfield, very close together. The same entertainment,
Yeah, I
different
mean,
pace.
Oh.
As we wait to get started here, it will be another 5-minute delay for people to get their setups back on and all of that. The strategy's right. We'll get started with the lobby stuff in a minute.
Well, I believe we're gonna be starting soon.
Not much to talk about, so let's change it. So, you watched Batman v Superman yesterday. You abandoned me and our plans for Siege. So, let's get some movie. Let's get some movie top threes. No, I'm over it. So let's get some movie top threes. Said Hayes. What's your favorite? Your top 3 movies? Of course, Oppenheimer came out recently. That might be a lot of people's favorite very soon. Let's get some top 3.
Wow.
Top 3 movies all time, Hayes. Let's get 3.
Top 3 movies of all time. My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Honestly, My Little Mermaid. My Little Mermaid's up there. You know.
Bro, you can't forget the Frozen sequels, dog. Come on, the Frozen.
No. Wait. I'm thinking.
Classics. Come on, I might break out and Let It Go here in a second if you don't say Frozen.
I already said My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, right?
Oh yeah, you did. Oh, it's on your mind twice. You must really love that movie, huh?
I do really like that movie. My Little Pony is an amazing movie.
No shame at all. I haven't watched it myself, but it's receiving some good reviews from you. I might check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good.
And I do
Let
believe they're
me, let me.
making an F1 movie soon. Have you heard anything about the plot from that?
No, I haven't. Oh, and the second movie, or the third movie of mine is My Little Pony the movie. It's not My Little Pony Friendship's Magic, it's a different one. It's a different installment than My Little Pony franchise.
Oh, can you give me some My Little Pony lore then?
My favorite is Rainbow Dash, but that's just me.
Come on, give me some lore. Let's get some lore. Lore check. My Little Pony lore. What's the movie's about, the
So,
plot and
like,
everything.
I feel like I'm gonna get copyrighted if I keep talking about it, so let's just hush up
Alright,
now.
alright. I'll give you two of mine. I'll give you a minute. I haven't watched a lot of movies recently, but there are some memorable ones, like Rio from back in the day. I forget when that came out.
Oh yeah,
but
Rio.
was very enjoyable. And I'd say Cars 2. I'd say the Spy one was very different, but I liked it. It was kind of
I
Grand Prix
think
style.
I think the Spy one was Cars 3.
No, that's Cars 2. Cars 3 was the one with Jackson, the electric car, I believe.
Which one was the one with the F1 cars?
That was 2. That was the Spy one with Francesco.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fuel one, or the fuel crisis, or I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Yep. No, my top.
Everyone who's all 19 people who are watching the stream just heard me go on my rant about my
Little
favorite
Pony.
movie.
Yep.
Friendship is magic.
I do believe we're starting here soon.
I believe we should. Need to get our serious faces on.
Yep. A little bit of intermission. A very unfortunate mistake from somebody, I believe. We still haven't gotten the reason as to why we restarted, but
I believe there may have been I believe it may have been either an early start or a glitch that may have happened to cause a driver to DNF.
either way, this delay is a little inconvenient. Considering all the timing of X1 and all of that has to happen as soon as this will end. We need to start here soon. So we just wait for the call from one of the admins here in XRL to start. And I do believe that is the last driver to join, and it is Fritzy. Oh, so we're getting some new people in here. They're waiting for people.
Oh, we're getting new people here. Oh, wow.
Fritzy. Red Bull. What team was he driving for last week? Was it Red Bull too?
I believe we're gonna
we are getting
we're gonna
ready to
go.
go.
If
We're
anyone
heading
who
out.
didn't see the announcement, let's not forget setups. Let's make sure to do our setups again.
Okay, setup's on. We'll have that 5-minute setup and strategy break, and then we will get underway again. This time, Hayes, we gotta be on the ball there. We gotta get ready for the start.
Yeah, let's not be interacting with chat too much.
Watch the time so we don't miss the start of the race. So it does look like we'll be getting going at 1:11 Eastern time for me at least, me and Hayes.
Yeah,
This
we're gonna
sounds
see.
about 6:11 for BST. Any of the British viewers?
So we're gonna see some pretty good racing. I mean, we've got a little bit of time. So who do you think is gonna be your top 3? Let's get our race.
I have it locked
idea.
in. I have Moist in the McLaren P1. I've got Irons in the Ferrari P2, and I've got Constant Jet, the Alpine with the comeback drive from 11th in P3.
I'm gonna take Shaqiri P1. I'm gonna have Moist P2, but Shaqiri and Moist are gonna be very close together. Like it's gonna be a DRS battle down to the line.
I apologize to interrupt here, but we are going at 09 instead of 11, so it's a little bit of time to watch there. 2 minutes time.
So we've got 2 minutes.
Of course, you'll be taking us through lap 1, Hayes.
Yeah, I'll be taking us through lap 1.
Get your game face ready.
Yeah. Gotta gotta listen to the gotta listen to my hype song.
1 minute till lights in, lights out.
Yeah, but I think that Belly P14.
I don't know. Veli so far has been a little bit underwhelming in qualifying, shall we say. And it doesn't ever set him up for the race well. That's twice now, even in the exhibition where he was out earlier than I think he should have been. Or a little bit further down than I think he should be.
Poof.
15 seconds to lights out here, Hayes. Let's get ready. Oh, excuse me.
Got 9, 8. God, I don't know what I was talking about. 3, 2, 1. It's 109.
They should be ready up right about now. I'm gonna have to get all of the HUD stuff ready. So you focus on the lights.
Let's focus on P1.
They should all be readying up right about now. Maybe about 30 seconds till we go. Roundabout.
We are waiting.
Oh, and here we go.
And here we go. It's going to be 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And it is going to be lights out, and away we go. Shaqiri getting away well, but Flavor on him. Snake also on Flavor. Let's see what we have here. Shaqiri staying ahead. Going to be a little bit of contact in the back. Shaqiri pulling ahead completely. Irons P4. Hero Gemini P10.
And almost too wide there in the back.
Veli up to P9 already.
What a start from him. A lot of mixed strategy here. A lot of drivers on the hards. One on the sauce and Mr. Shark. We have position changes in the background with Hero Gemini and side by side through turn 6. It looks like Zola or J-Leb and one of the Alpha Toweries. Into the back of the Alpha Tower, little left tap there. Cooley gives Herbie.
Yeah, it's very hard to commentate on all of these cars.
It's all shaking out.
There sure is a lot.
Looks like they're going single file now down the back straight. A lot of things just shaking out. There's a Williams and
and there's an Alfa Romeo going wide in the back.
They're too wide down the back straight here, and Alpine the Williams. It is low.
Shaqiri still pulling ahead. Flavor and Snake fighting, giving Irons time to make up.
And Gemini stays ahead of Constant Jet there. Jet stays 11th, not the start he was probably hoping for. Jumps back up the field. The gaps are very small between Flavor and Snake here. Maybe a move down the back straight. Coming up soon on Main Straight. Onto the Main Straight now. Into the slipstream. Snake and Flavor really pull out to the inside. The gap is closing. Using his battery, he does pull to the inside. We might see a move here, and he ducks out of it.
He falls back in line.
Further back, there's a lot of people side by side further back. It's looking like Jet on Hero Gemini again. He gets it done to turn 1.
With a little bit of a shimmy.
Jet very squirrely and exit. Gemini's gonna have the run on him again, but he gets ahead with the
and Bootsy's going into play off the track. There's a yellow flag.
A yellow flag back.
There's an Alfa Romeo.
Dave.
It's Dave.
The spot where Mazepin went off on his debut in real life F1.
Yeah, I mean,
not many big moves happening. Windex didn't get the start he got last time in the restarted one, but it's all shaking out quite cleanly here. No DNS yet.
Let's see, we've got. Wow, I mean,
a very clean.
The front 4 are pretty. I mean, I think the front 3 have pulled away.
The gap is just over a second to Irons in 4th, but
Veli up to P8. He's already made up so many positions. Irons has left the session. I think he may have disconnected.
He may have.
His AI is going to lose him so much time. Everyone taking advantage of that.
We're nearly running nose to tail here. Irons' AI is going to lose him so much time here down this straight.
Now Irons
Zola on the
is going to make
mediums.
room for Zola to pass him. Shaqiri, fastest lap of the race. Can that be contested from anyone else?
And Irons comes
It
back
does
in the nick
not
of
look
time.
like it.
Irons might be able to fight Zola here if he gets back in time. Doesn't look
No,
like
I
they'll
think
have it
that
to do
Zola's ahead with the DRS.
Not many moves happening just yet. Things are
So,
all
oh, and Irons doesn't have the DRS. He's really just a sitting duck. Let's take a look at the back of the grid with Harrow, Gemini, and Constant. And Boothie. A three-way car train.
a lot of people forming trains now. No one really going for any overtakes yet. All just biding their time.
We've got Windex approaching.
DRS is enabled this lap. Might be seeing some more moves later on. Gap from Moist and Sharp.
Oh, Flavor going a little bit too wide into that corner.
Might be under some pressure from
Flavor
Snake
with the
there.
DRS, going to try to get Shaqiri, but he just cannot make it. He's going to wait until the main straight.
Valley on J-Lab is very close. A lot of close gaps here. This is like a pack race. All drive very close together. This is going to be moves happening everywhere once DRS comes into play.
We've got the Mercedes of Zola pretty far behind. I think that back train is what we kind of need to focus on a little bit.
Oh, and round the outside, Valley on J-Lab. What a move.
Oh, let's see.
Straight,
Snake going for it on Flavor. Gonna get it.
Oh, and he does a move from the move for P2, and he gets him.
Oh, and Flavor goes wide.
Irons making moves on Herbie now. Back, and Valley is making moves through the field. He's fighting for P6 right now. Look at the drive from him.
Valley
on the hards.
Completely turning on the Jets.
Oh, and he backs out of it. He tucks back into the slipstream. J-Leb got caught out a bit there when Valley run around his outside. Lost 2 positions there.
Harrow Gemini gets the overtake on Constant Jet.
A smooth move.
Let's see, Shaqiri's still going ahead. Shaqiri kind of walking away with it right now.
Oh, and Shark on Boothie back into turn 7, I believe, or turn 8.
Collie Boy on Veli, he gets the overtake.
Oh,
I believe that Veli's going to have the DRS to fight back, though.
Evo,
Veli's going to be going around the outside.
And he stays ahead on the hards. What an impressive showing from Veli here right now. Jumping back up the front. Snake's going to have DRS around Shaqiri. He might go for the move here, Hayes.
Let's see, we've got... Oh, we just cannot be everywhere at once. There's battles happening everywhere, and we can't really keep them all up to date.
They should put all these drivers in Miatas with how close they're racing. But now we have Shaqiri, or Snake with the DRS on Shaqiri.
Snake's going to go for it. Absolutely using everything in his tank, and doesn't get the move.
We get him back in the run to turn 4 here now. He'll have DRS a second bite of it. We get the move. He looks a bit far back. A bit too
second
far
wind, maybe.
He doesn't look like he's going to go for it. He thinks against it.
Irons all over the back of Zola.
Looks like Irons
Zola
is trying
overtook
to...
him, I believe.
Veli
Veli and Collie still fighting.
Ooh. In turn 5-6 complex here. It's Veli making moves. Still stays P7, but where did Veli start again? I believe he started way down the field.
I believe it was like dead last. Or like second to last.
Look, Veli's making big moves here. My driver of the day so far.
Yeah, we've got Shaqiri just flying. Oh, that's a yellow flag.
Sector that looks like a Red Bull that spun. It's Fritzy.
And Dave gets the overtake. Remember, Dave wasn't last after that little incident that he had. Now he's got to do a lot of catching up.
Shark has boxed early for softs here, Hayes. He's running an alternative strategy to the rest of the field, but maybe he'll be back into play later with the safety car. Back down to the main straight now.
I mean, Shark's already gained like 3 seconds on these softs. He's flying.
Got some nice open air to undercut some people at pit stops. But it's looking like Iron's about to go for the move here on Zola in the DRS. Zola without DRS, he pulls to the inside. He's thinking like that he decides against it. Just not ready to risk the moves yet. It's too early in the race on different tire compounds. He's got a second bite here, coming up to turn 4. Will he go for it here? Doesn't look like he's using any battery for it yet. But he's pulling the inside now. He's going to go for it.
He's using some of the battery. He's braking, and he gets ahead.
He gets it done by the apex. Good move there from Irons.
Veli.
Further back, Herbie and Veli are still going tip for tap. Oh wait, that's Veli in the P6. My apologies. Veli's making moves. He's off from the back of Irons here in the same compound.
He is pushing. We've got Snake trying to fight back on Shaqiri.
And Shaqiri has broken the DRS to Snake now. Gaps are settling down.
Maybe. Oh, but Snake gets back into it.
It may be a mistake there from Shaqiri, but there will not be a move with a gap like that. Snake needs to push a little bit harder if he wants to get the move done. Further back, Windex and Moist running nose to tail right now.
J-Lab all over the back of Herbie.
Battles everywhere. J-Lab and Herbie.
J-Lab with the battery, not even before the DRS. He's going for it, and he has it.
And Collie might be able to pick up the pieces here, and that's Herbie's battery is depleted. He's blinking already. He thinks about boxing for a second there, but Herbie's battery is completely drained. And he's still going for the move. He pulls to the inside of J-Lab. Can he get the move done? They go side by side turn 1, round the outside. Jeb's going to try and stick it, but he thinks against it. He has a hard on, and Cooley look at him picking up the pieces here. Round the outside of turn 2. Can't, and he pulls alongside him. He does get it done. He gets him done onto the straight with the DRS. He'll have the inside. I don't think J-Lab can fight that. He tries around the outside. He gets it done on the hards. What a move from J-Lab.
J-Lab, this man is just pushing.
Oh, the racing here is brilliant, Hayes.
I mean, the front few of pretty much their gaps are increasing, and they're leaving the back.
J-Lab thought about it down the inside and turned. Oh, and he spun!
Oh, and J-Lab's gone!
Oh,
Winged.
No.
There's bits of wing. Oh, no.
Oh, so unfortunate. He made that brilliant move at turn 4. I think he might have cooked his tires a bit on power a bit early, and he does have wing damage. He does have an end plate missing. And that is his strategy out of the window. Very unfortunate.
Oh, we've got
a move.
Moist on Hero Gemini. Moist gets
turn
it.
12 or turn 11. It's not a place to see moves very often.
And then we've got Windex going to be in the DRS of Hero Gemini.
Gaps have stagnated a bit, but we have low on Windex behind as well, very close together. And that's Collier
Hero
on
Gemini
Herbie.
using all of that overtake, and Low is going to overtake Windex. Oh!
And Herbie, multiple warnings, gets a track with penalty, and Low is out. What has happened to Low?
Low is out of the race.
What has happened to Low?
I believe that there was a move that he was trying to send it on Windex, and there was just no space, and I think that they touched.
And we have our first safety car. We're seeing some medium runners boxed out, some big benefiters from this.
Only a virtual, so I mean, not the maximum benefit. But
if I were Shark, I'm ready last. I'd box to the heart and try and do some tire saving to the end. Maybe benefit very massively from that.
Wow.
Why? What has happened to Low? Oh, and Snake got ahead of Shaqiri. We missed it. Snake is ahead of Shaqiri.
Oh, whoa, when did this happen? Collie Boy with a drive-through.
Right there. Oh, and it was only a VSC. We're back in the green. It wasn't a full safety car. And we have Shaqiri back in the DRS of Snake. You might think about it. Gaps are still around half a second to 1 second. A lot of stagnated gaps here. We have Valley right behind Zola again.
Yeah, this is just... Veli is just wanting this podium or a win or a high points finish just in general, and he's not going to back down for anybody.
And I think we're about to have a change to the lead again here, Hayes, because Shaqiri has kept it very close to Snake here with the DRS. We might get it done before they even get to turn 1. Of course, they both saved battery here. We might have a little bit of battle. Caution.
That's a yellow flag. That's an Alfa Romeo around.
That's an Alfa Romeo of Collie. It's Collie. Another one. That is from
another virtual safety car. His wing is just completely gone.
Another top contender in a wall. Oh,
this is so unfortunate for all the drivers.
And it's an Alfa
that have been
Romeo in a
involved.
wall. That is a familiar story we've been seeing since last week. Very unfortunate. What is the strategy here, Hayes? It's only VSCs, but this is giving a lot of people some time to do some tire saving and cool the tires
I think
down.
if I was on the mediums, I'd be boxing for hards maybe,
Honestly,
and playing for a late safety car.
if I'm Snake, Shikari, or Flavor, I'd be quaking at the sight of Irons right now. He'll be on the faster mediums when the track is cooler later on, but you know, maybe they'll have to pace in the hards to keep him at bay. But
You've
the
got
gap
Shikari
between-
that's going to be on all over the back of Snake.
The gap
Going
from
to be
Irons
trying to
lead
reclaim it.
about
That's
4
another
seconds.
spin
And
from
ano-
Moist. That's Moist.
Oh, that's my running for the win here. And he has dropped it in turn 6. He's gotten going again.
And he's out of the points.
A lot of mistakes here, Hayes.
A lot is happening.
I wonder if it's contact or a simple driver error, but this race could shake out in any way with the amount of mistakes we're seeing here. We've already got some track limit penalties.
Yeah, we've got Snake, who's going to be trying to pull ahead of Shaqiri. Shaqiri wants his position and is going to try to go for it down the main straight. If with the help of ERS, he may be able to get it.
And of course, the batteries have been charged up quite nicely with all the VSC stuff. He has DRS open.
He's gaining fast.
Will he go for it? And
If he doesn't go,
back
oh,
in.
that's a retirement from Fritzy. That is a full safety car.
And that is our 3rd retirement in 2 laps. What is happening to Fritzy?
Oof.
On the inside of turn 11, I believe. A lot of stuff happening right now.
A lot of spins and just a lot of overall incidents have been happening here.
Our first full safety car of the day here. Ooh.
This
Very
is
chaotic start to the race.
Snake claiming the P1 over Shaqiri. Everyone's going to be able to recharge their batteries.
But what is the decision here? Some of the medium runners might think about the hards here. As we see Shark get off of the softs and go to the hards in the pit lane too. What will you do if you're in their shoes right now, Hayes? If I'm the medium runners, I'm thinking I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, if I'm the medium runners, I'm into the pits, onto the hards, and I'd try to play for. I mean, 19 laps. I mean, the hards may be able to last that long.
It will be very worn, but
Wear would be very high.
I don't know if that pit stop gap will be worth all the trouble of the tire saving. I'm pretty sure the ideal time to pit off of those hards will be around lap 14. It's a bit early, but I think it's just about fine with the safety car. Might be able to do some tire saving.
And if I was on the hards, I'd push them for a little bit and try to.
And yes, we do see Snake coming into the pits.
Snake and Shaqiri both going into the pits for those hards.
So does Flavor.
Maybe playing for a late safety car or a late switch
Irons.
back to mediums.
Irons pits off of his hards.
Oh, this is a Ferrari double stop. It looks like they may
Everyone's
time
pitting.
it just right. No, Irons has to wait a little bit. But I mean, not bad. Oh, a little bit slow on the release.
A lot of strategy shenanigans coming into play.
Oh, Veli in P1!
Oh, what a comeback from him. He's on worn hards, but get to P1 from nigh last. What a drive so far.
He's got Boothie behind him on those same worn hards. Let's see where our back few are now. We've got Mr. Shark, who really needed this safety car.
I believe Veli, Boothie, and J-Lab on those new mediums are the only ones to not have boxed under that safety car. Is this a Ferrari level strategy here, Hayes, or have they seen something we haven't?
I think they're looking at the bigger picture here. I mean, they've got Irons on the mediums who's just going to try to like push through the rest of the grid on these fresher mediums and on those hards. I mean,
The tire wear of those mediums, I do believe it's a bit too early for Irons here.
I think that he's kind of playing for a late safety car and maybe going back onto the mediums or going onto a fresh set of softs for the end.
That tire drop off is going to be very, very just vicious for him. It's going to be a heavy drop off towards the end of the race, and the hard runners will have the pace on him. But we
Yeah,
have
so
been
I mean,
seeing an abundance of mistakes here. Maybe we get a late safety car and we'll throw him back into it. But
we're gonna
that's to
have
play
to
for.
see, but I'm thinking that Iron's strategy may actually work out.
As long as he has that tire saving, that'll make Sergio Perez proud. I do believe he'll get the win here with this strategy of his. With that pace advantage. Of course, 2 people ahead of him have not boxed, so he is net P4 right now. He has 3 overtakes to do. All of them are on hards. And the safety car is
And I believe that the safety car should be in next lap.
As we wait for
Everyone
the rest of the
catching
field
up
to close
now.
out. Could be a very tight, close finish to the very tight run to the end here with all the pack racing we've been seeing so far.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty down to the line.
Gets my hopes up for X1 later.
Yeah. Let's just hope X1 isn't as chaotic. We've got a full grid, I believe.
And that is definitely wishful thinking, for it not to be chaotic.
Rain.
Everything kind of chills out here now. Everyone gets their reins about them again as we wait for it to go back to green flag conditions.
They're getting all focused.
Gives them some time to relax their hands if using controller. Maybe stretch their legs a bit if they're on wheel.
Maybe just crack some fingers or something.
Get some water. Pause the game. Take a quick water break. As the rest of the field is closing up now, so the safety car should be in at the end of this lap. But we never know with this game. I do an extra lap under. As we wait for the call from race control, where the safety car will be in this lap.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be in.
The Alpine of Shark is just now catching the back of the field. The lights are still on for the safety car, and it is in. It has decided to come in, so we will be going back to green conditions at lap 13.
Yeah, Valley leading on those 11-lap-old hards.
Honestly, if I were Boothie or Veli, I don't know what I'd be thinking here. You have the entire pack that have boxed and are hungry like a pack of piranhas right now.
Yeah, they're like a pack of piranhas when they smell some blood in the water.
Veli has gotten going.
And
He's
here we
underway.
go. Valley
He
with
is
the good start, gonna get 6/10 ahead on the
Boothie
restart.
behind has been dropped by over half a second.
Oh, and that's a
restart. Gemini,
that's a Williams
back in
into the pits. That's Harrow Gemini into the pits.
She have damage. Oh, and into the back of Veli goes Boothie. Oh, and that leaves the door open for Snake here. Side by side. Oh, he gets run out of road, and he's back onto the track into the gravel. Boothie ran him out of road to turn 2. It's getting very touch and go with these two. Down the inside for Snake. Oh, and it's 3 wide. There's a Ferrari on his inside. And back behind.
Oh my god, and they make it.
Contact.
No, barely any contact. Oh, that's a Ferrari.
Contact for Shaqiri. Shaqiri trying to get back on track, went a bit narrow into turn 4, and down the inside goes Irons, nearly into the back of Snake there. What a move, but it's all kicking off here.
It's all starting to get set off like a chain reaction. They all needed the safety car to rejuvenate.
Snake is almost spun into the back of Snake when Booth, and that leaves the door open for this door open for Irons to get back at him now. Irons into P2. And Boothie into the back of Snake there has really hurt his chances here, as Irons on the mediums will pull off into the sunset after Veli. Irons is net P1 halfway through the restart. What a start from him.
He's flying. Shaqiri trying to fight back on Zola. Goes a little bit of the curb and is going to lose out to Moist.
He's going defensive right now into the final corner. They'll give him a bad run down the main straight, but DRS has not been enabled yet. Won't be the end
so
of the road.
Shaqiri is going to be losing out on a position. And that's going to leave the Red Bull of the door wide open for the overtake on the straight.
Up the field, we have a Mercedes looking about a move. Think about it, with the Michael 3 wide here. No,
and we've got Veli just completely pulling ahead.
And Boothie's hards are leaving him to be swallowed up by the field now. He is falling
Field
backwards
is just
every
hunting
corner.
like a beast, and there's Boothie and Moist going around the outside of Boothie. This guy was in the last at one point, and Shaqiri goes around the outside of Moist.
It's all happening in this midfield. Oh, and ran out of room, I believe that's Moist going wide there. Behind him, we have Jocelyn with position with Jet and
Herbie and Jet fighting.
And to change for the lead is Veli v Snake for the lead right now. The under, he goes for the switchback. Veli is going to be very vulnerable. But look at Irons in the background here.
Irons absolutely flying, trying to get up to those guys. Those fresh mediums are doing him justice.
Oh, he's all going to kick off for the lead here in a second.
I believe we may have had a spin from Collie Boy because he's back there.
Oh, he has. The gap between him and the driver in front of him has opened up to 16 seconds. So either
Irons now 4/10 back away from Snake and Veli. I think he may be able to get it on this straight with his mediums.
Look at the
Snake is going to fall in line trying to get Veli. DRS is going to be enabled. And
wait,
I believe that Veli's trying to play this for the Snake's blinking. Snake's playing this for the ERS, but Veli's got that full tank, or pretty much the advantage. But Irons with that DRS and those fresh mediums are going to be a really big thorn in their side down this straight.
Further behind, we have Boothie and Herbie fighting for position now. Is up ahead again. Snake, the gap is so close, but still yet so far. Veli, what a drive from him to keep him behind those old hards right now. 10 laps older, and he's still fighting.
And he's holding on. And look at Irons, just the grip is there, and he's using it. He's flying right now.
Veli putting on the performance of the day as all the gaps are stabilizing now.
Veli will have to pit, but I think that he may be just playing this to try to perform something. I don't know what he's performing, but he's doing it.
Holding on for a safety car here. With the late safety car and those softs, Veli might be put back into top contention here.
Snake doesn't go for it, but Irons is going to be all over the back of Snake.
Further back, though, pardon me, further back, Shaqiri and Zola fighting for position now.
Oh, and we've got Veli and Snake both blinking, but Irons has got that full tank. He's going to have the advantage here.
Ooh, and contact between Shaqiri and Zola here. But down the main straight, Moist is going to get past Zola here. Zola slipping backwards, but on the main straight now, Veli v Zola. And Veli's still holding on, but when DRS is enabled, how long can he do it? They're all blinking in the top.
But look at Irons' ERS compared to theirs. He's gonna get it. Oh my God, he's gonna go for a double overtake, and he's gonna get it.
Oh, and he gets it before they're even into the corner, and Irons is now P1 on those mediums. He'll be looking to stretch away. Oh, what a strategy!
If Veli can kind of cling on to DRS, they may be able to keep up, but.
Further behind, we have Zola and Windex and J-Lab fighting for a position now. And Constant Jet's on the back of them, too. Nothing happening
Irons
anymore.
fastest Sector 1.
Oh, another safety car would really throw things into a wrench into the works here for a lot of drivers. I don't think Irons would like to be boxing again, or any of the hard runners would very much prefer a safety car. Oh, and in the background, Veli's still slipping backwards on those old hards. Now under pressure from both McLarens. It's going to go 3 wide here. They're going to go 3 wide into the turn 11, little jank left, and they're getting it through clean. And Veli's lost it on 2.
And Veli's down to P6. Those old hards are not doing him justice. He's going to have to pit soon, but he's going to have those fresh set of mediums.
Look at Shaqiri gain 2 in 2 corners. Further up the road, it is still Snake v Irons for the lead here.
Snake is clinging on those hards, but I don't know how long Irons can keep the lead. Oh, that's a retirement for Collie Boy, and that's going to be a full safety car.
And it's another one that'll save Veli, but he has gone past the pit lane already, unfortunately. We have to box the next lap out. Unfortunately for him, they'll be allowed to pass the safety car, but if I were Veli, I'd really want to box now. This is going to be his last chance, too. I'd go to the softs and risk it all if I were Veli.
I'd go to the mediums, honestly, because 12 laps on mediums aren't that bad compared to the 12 that he's facing on softs.
But that is the second retirement we've seen in turn 11 for Coley Boy.
Probably with
When
the
we get to the wing on there.
heartbreaking one.
We've been seeing a lot of drivers risk it going side by side through there. Maybe there was some contact. We were seeing it later in the incident report. But as the race winds down here towards the final 10 laps, and the safety car comes in, we'll see some
we've
risky
got
strategies.
this is just a really all over the place race. I mean, we've seen people from, and I mean, Haro Gemini from dead last working her way up to 13th.
Oh, and look at Veli P6. He started nearly last. Of course, the qualifying ban was holding the lead for a bit there. My driver of the day. Really putting a statement here tonight, Miss Veli.
We've got Snake and
Irons back.
Iron, so we're gonna have to.
Irons back in the lead from P4 after that disconnect as well. Oof. How do you think it's going to shake out, Hayes?
Honestly, I don't think that Veli could really make a podium anymore. Like, I mean, dreams are still there, but I mean, like, oh, and that's gonna be Irons going into the pits.
I did believe those mediums would wear way too far for him, so that's a good call.
Veli
from
going
Irons
into the pits. That's the most strategic call he could have made.
Snake is the only one in the top 5 to stay
Oh,
out.
Veli with the
gets a
5-second time
5-second.
penalty.
Oh, Veli. He was doing so well up until then. He still has a chance, of course, but that'll really hurt his chances at maybe a top 3 finish.
We've got the final 4 rounding the final corner. I believe that Haro, Gemini, Windex, and Boothie should all pit. Wait, Windex is already pit. They're all staying out. That's going to be J-Leb and Jet on softs.
I believe that's 12 drivers out of 15 that has pit so far.
And I mean, the front few of the Hearts runners, Mr. Shark all the way from dead last. I mean, his strategy has worked so far.
It's going to be a mad dash to the finish here.
Neither of our predictions have even made it on the board or on the podium.
I don't count it out yet. You never know. It's not over till the checkered flag falls.
But we're going to see. I believe that the Ferraris and the McLarens still have plenty of chance to catch Snake, but Snake's just been flying.
I'm still trying to gather my thoughts here.
This has been a pretty interesting race. If this is only like a teaspoon of what X1's going to be like, I'm kind of scared. I may want to duck.
If this is a teaspoon of what the rest of X2 is going to be like, I'm ready to commentate for it. This is very, very fulfilling, very filling feeling. A very exciting race, going right down to the end. Both races me and you have commentated on. We've gone right down towards the end of the race, so gaps have been very tight.
Absolutely. They're pushing their hardest, and I mean,
of course, this is technically our first day on the job, first time commentating for the actual season, but
yeah, I mean,
I'm enjoying
Boothie into the pits. I think Haro Gemini's on the oldest set of mediums that we can see so far, yeah.
3 drivers, the only ones that have not pit, all in the top 3.
I think Haro Gemini should have took that free pit stop, in my opinion.
And look at Shark, who was down in last place after he spun on lap 2, I believe. Back into P3, podium positions.
Yeah, I mean, like, these drivers have just been, like, I mean, the strategies were all over the place for a little bit, but, I mean, it's starting to pay off now. I guess Veli timed it right with all the even tire wear and everyone pushing. There was going to be an incident, probably going to bring out a full safety car. So, I mean, Veli strategically was in the right here.
And the safety car will be in this lap as long as Boothie can catch up within the next couple of corners.
But I mean, either way, this is a comeback story from Veli because, I mean, dead last all the way up to 7th is still amazing.
It's my driver of the day right there from Veli. The drive from him. Looking like a championship contender right now with the way he's driving.
Yeah, he was defending on those old tires, and I mean, it was just amazing.
Doing it brilliantly, too.
Safety car is going to be in this lap.
9 laps to the end, a mad dash for the finish.
This is going to be a interesting race.
As we get ready to go here, Hayes.
We're going to see who can perform the best under pressure is what we're about to witness. And Snake is going.
Yes, down to turn 1. The gap is not very big between him and Flavor. Flavor might think about
It's
it
building,
here.
though.
Oh, Flavor's actually under pressure from Shark
Flavor's
now.
Undertaker. Oh, I think Shark may have to give that back because the game won't let you overtake until the end of the first straight.
And now he's under pressure from Irons now.
Irons on those all the front 3 on those old hards are going to try to like extend their lead as much as they can to all of these fresh medium runners.
They're 3 wide behind in turn 4. They keep out of
We've got so many moves going on. The Ferraris are battling. The
and in the wall.
They're
3 in the wall. There's 3 in the wall.
Veli and Shaqiri are out. That's going to be another full safety car.
Ferraris are in the wall. And the full safety car
Irons without a wing.
Oh, no, Veli is out. Oh, what a disappointing circumstance here in the situation.
I think that this is the best time to pit for anyone that's strung out on those old hards or those old mediums.
I believe the 3 of them were 3 wide to turn 4, and then
Veli was in the middle, and I just don't really know what happened.
I believe they pinched the Aston Martin in the middle, and the 3 of them just got taken into the wall there. We will be seeing that in the incident reports later, I can guarantee you that.
That one will be talked about. This is not the end of that incident.
Of course, fighting very hard. It's in the dying laps here, but you never want to step over the line. It doesn't matter if you don't finish.
That should be all the hards runners boxing.
Except Shark. Shark stays
out.
out.
Shark thinks he's got it.
Because if you box now, you will go to the back of the field. So Shark is going to try and hold out for hope on those old hards.
Soft compound of tire going on for every single driver here right now.
It makes sense. There's only 8 laps left to go. There'll be 6 when we go green again. The softs are the no-brainer choice.
People who didn't stay out are probably going to get caught up by the softs runners who are just going to have that impeccable pace. And I mean, fuel's low, so those softs are going to be used the absolute peak performance.
Yeah, my driver in the running for the wet in P2 here in Moist. It's kind of a topsy-turvy race for him, this one. Not as dominant as his race in Azerbaijan last weekend.
Yeah, this is just chaotic. I mean, Azerbaijan proved to skyrocket the DNFs, but there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far.
Of course, with less walls in Azerbaijan, so it does help a little bit.
But I mean, incidents still happen, and I mean, there's stuff that just cannot be controlled by a driver. Iron's going to be dead last. I think this may be a Ferrari disaster class.
We got one more lap under the safety car, I believe.
I believe it should go in this lap. I mean, everyone's caught up. It's going to be a really weird decision if it does, but I think there's going to be one more lap left.
Like the latest the safety car's ever gone in, it happened to me yesterday, was right about here. The safety car decided to go in. It doesn't look like it's going to give it to them this time. It will be out for one more lap. One more lap under safety car conditions. It'll be a 6-lap race to the end.
Batteries are going to be full, and everyone's stomachs are going to be hungry for a podium or a high points finish. So this is going to be masterclass racing from everyone.
Well, you can only get points if you finish, so the drivers need to remember that and not take each other out here. There are some drivers on older or different tire compounds, so they need to play their time. 6 laps is still about 6-7-ish minutes of racing here. Almost 10. Got a lot of time to get your moves done.
I mean, Mr. Shark had the soft, hard strategy, and I mean, he's kind of wearing them down. He's going to be like slowest on the grid.
Car. Onto the safety car, you can keep your tire wear down to about a 1%, maybe 2 per lap if you do it right. So those hards will still be around 30, maybe high 20%. He might have a bit of grip, but I don't know if he'll have it to the end.
But those hards just come default without grip, so I mean, the wear is going to be a big thing.
I believe Moist Enzo will be on the back of it, maybe not, maybe even in front of him by this straight here, come green flag conditions, but only time will tell.
I mean, 2 of my predictions have made it onto the podium so far. But again, the race isn't over till it's over, so we'll have to see.
You're ready now. The safety car will be in this lap. It'll give them the message here soon. And there we go.
The safety car is in this lap.
Shark desperately needs a good getaway here. If he's under pressure into turn 1, lap 1, he will go straight down to the back of the field with those old hards. Seems to not be.
Because Moist and Zola are going to be fighting their hardest for this P1, because I mean they've got all of the opportunity to do it.
But it isn't just them. Look at the rest of the field on those new tires. Well, 12 lap hards. The only driver in the double digit for tire wear here is Shark. He needs a good getaway, and he's going. He's going. This is not a good
overtake
getaway.
Is on.
It is 4/10. It is not a good getaway for him.
But Moist is already battling him down to the checkered flag, but he couldn't overtake him.
Oh, and he couldn't. The battery has bailed Shark out, but the braking will be so horrendous for him here. I think we were going too wide back there, but Zola keeps his position.
So far, that's a yellow flag. Oh my, that's a Mercedes around.
They're all coming together. They're all coming together at turn 1, and it's just Dave.
That's a Red Bull off.
The biggest loser, and Windex is backwards.
Windex and Flavor.
There's a change for the lead. Moist is now in P1. He's got past Shark. Further back, they're still squabbling. Zola is on the rear bumper of Shark here. Do the little 5-6 chicane. Will he go down the inside? He thinks about it, but no. He stays back at it. But what has happened in the back there?
I believe
and Shark is spun.
Is Shark out?
It. No, he's spun. He's in the wall. Shark spun it, and he's going to go straight down to the back of the field.
I think it's too late for a safety car, so they're just going to have to keep on going.
Boothie is back onto the podium.
Wow, just Zola fell out of the podium, but I mean those softs are going to catch him so incredibly quickly.
What a restart for Boothie.
I mean, Irons up to 7th. This may be a Ferrari redemption story.
And look at Herbie in P2. He's back here now too. If Snake can get past Boothie here, it'll be a double Alpha Tauri podium.
Oh, that's a spin from B-Tech, and that's Irons out of the race.
Irons and Jayla both out there. What is going on here on the restart? Mass chaos. So this yellow sector 3, no safety car just hit, or VSC. Back under green flags, and this Zola pitting. Oh, a disaster for Merck again at the closing stage of the race, and that is Boothie getting past Herbie. And Herbie has to go defensive. It'll bring his teammate Snake back into play here. As a change for P6 here. And P6 here, Gemini. And Constant Jet still fighting.
Harold Jones
Flavor and
dead last at one
Flavor
point.
has no front wing.
Yeah, Flavor doesn't have a front wing. He's gonna. I don't think he wants to pit because I mean it'd lose him more track position.
Windex is missing half of his front wing. I think it's over for them. Their race is pretty much just gonna teeter out to the end. Gonna crawl to the finish line here. But look at this battle for P2 here.
This is
the
just.
The battle for P2
if Snake can get past Boothie and maybe hold up for his teammate to go, I mean he may be able to do it.
Fighting for a double Alpha Tauri podium here.
Let's see what penalty is Boothie's. Let's see. I believe it is a 3 second. It's a 3 second for Boothie.
Oh, it's Herbie. It's Herbie with the penalty. So
Herbie
will fall all the
yeah.
way back to P4.
So
This
if
isn't looking
Snake
good
can
for
get
Herbie
past
here.
Boothie and hold him up, I think Herbie may be able to do it. Oh, that's a spin
Oh, there's a
from in the
spin.
back from Mr. Shark.
Very unfortunate for Shark
Boothie
there.
going for it on Herbie, and he's gonna get it.
Oh, and they've gone wide, and that allows the door open to Snake, who's up into P2 now.
And then he's
They're still
immediately
side by
getting
side
fought
behind.
back from Herbie. Herbie's gonna be all over his rear wing.
But
But Herbie is
already
blinking. Herbie doesn't have any
Yep.
battery to make this move.
Plays it cautiously, turn one there, Snake. Not trying to get taken out this late in the race. There's been a lot of carnage here on safe car restarts. Played it safely.
Flavor
Chain
into
for
the pit
P7
lane to
in the
repair
back.
that wing damage.
I think someone got Flavor into the pit lane. That's further back. This battle for P2 is still going on.
We've still got Windex with his wing damage. I think he's missing a plate.
Ooh, and Boothie's going to be under pressure here around the outside. Is Herbie thinking about it? Maybe the
No, I
switch back
think-
as he goes deep. Boothie goes deep. He's off the track.
Oh, and
the
Herbie
switch
gets it.
back.
Now all Herbie has to do is try to pull as much time as he can to those softs, and I mean he may be able to do it.
What he needs to do is get in his teammate's DRS. His battery is blinking. He needs his teammate's DRS if he wants to stay ahead of Boothie here. As further back, Jet and Gemini still fighting it out for P5. These two have been together the entire race, and they're fighting it out for P5 now. Further up ahead, all the other gaps have stabilized. The only battles right now are the battle for P5 and battle for P2, which
Snake's gonna try to catch Moist here, and I mean he's doing it, but I don't think it's fast enough. Or Gemini on the throttle gonna be using that battery to get this move on Jet.
As further up, Boothie is 2/10 within Herbie. They might go for the move here. Waiting for it now.
Snake with the fastest lap of the race. He is
Herbie does
rapidly
not get
catching
affected.
Moist.
The battle for
Hero
P3
Gemini
here.
going for the move on Constant Jet. I think they're going to be wheel to wheel in the turn.
They are around the outside. Can Constant Jet hold it? It looks like he can. He gets it done. Hazian's off for turn 2
And he
and round the
backs
outside.
out.
And Gemini is gone. Constant backed out of that, not wanting the contact. Not wanting to risk losing good points for his team here.
Zola, with the
Zola
fastest lap of the
fastest
race.
lap. Trying to
Merck's trying to
some-
recover from everything that they can. That fastest lap point may be able to assist them a little bit, but not much.
His teammate J-Lab is out, trying to recover some points from Merck. Snake is catching Moist out about 10th, maybe a 10th per lap, half a 10th. It's not going to be enough if he doesn't pick up the pace, put his foot down a bit more. But the gaps are all over 1 second now as the race shakes out towards the end now. Oh, mass carnage here, Hayes.
Yeah, this is just completely and utterly chaotic.
I don't think anyone would have.
And I think
predicted the amount
Snake's
of-
catching Moist rapidly.
The gap is still stayed about 2.4 seconds this entire round. Actually, it's gone back up. I think Snake's made a little bit of a mistake. But once again, Moist with his race pace, consistent back in the lead without no one in his DRS. Not having to worry about his rear
Moist
view
is
mirrors.
just showing off that pace, just showing why he's just this good underdog. This is just an underdog story from Moist.
3 laps to go, and he is not a worry in his mind right now. All he has to do is keep up his pace, and he will finish this race comfortably.
And keep
in
on the
first.
track, and he will be completely fine. Jet goes deep.
Gaps have all stabilized now, waiting for either a mistake or watching
And the grid's
Moist
pretty stable now. I mean,
on his way towards the checkered flag right now. 3 laps to go. Looking. I mean, I don't know what to say about this race. It's been a lot of things that have happened.
yeah, I mean,
I don't think I
This is
fully
pretty
comprehended
chaotic.
it all. I don't think I fully comprehended everything that's happened so far, Hayes.
this was an amazing, I mean, not an amazing race just by all of the DNF and the carnage, but I mean, like a pretty good race to watch. I mean, drivers that we thought weren't even going to be on the podium made it there, and I mean,
This is a
I give
pretty
them credit.
erratic race, I'd say.
AlphaTauri's going to have the dream start to the season with P2, P4 finish.
Flavor's so unlucky running P5 with his team at P3 at one point. Moist might pick up the win here. The gap is coming down to Snake, about 3/10 a lap now. but it's not going to be enough with 2 laps remaining.
Unless some
Moist
shocking
is out
turn
of
of events
battery.
happens. That's a 3-second time penalty for Zola.
That will be a track limit time penalty. He needs to pull out of pull a 3-second gap to Dave here. He wants to keep his P8.
Oh, and there's Dave, another 3-second. I think the 3 seconds are starting to rack up with this tire wear.
We have Dave and Zola, the closest gaps right now. Running quite close together. DRS for Dave here, but he's really far back. It'd be a miracle to make a move here.
Yeah, but this is just a dream start to the season for the AlphaTauris. I mean, P2, P4, that's like leading constructors points right there.
It is indeed. I think the next closest will be the McLaren in P1. Not many drivers with their teammates still on track and alive right now.
I mean, McLaren are P1, P10, so that should be around 27, 26 points without fastest. 27 with fastest.
All teams but McLaren, AlphaTauri, and Alpine only have 1 drivers running in this race right now. The gap has stabilized back, but Snake is catching Moist rapidly now. He's really put his foot down.
Yeah, I think he's putting down the battery, and Moist has got the battery advantage to Snake.
It's fallen 1 second in this lap.
It's going to be a last lap shootout.
Moist, all of that comfy cushioning we had a second ago has completely disappeared. As the gap is now almost down within a second now. Moist needs to really get his foot down for this final lap.
Here comes the final lap. He's got to keep him out of DRS. If he gets DRS, he may be able to go for an overtake.
I don't think he'll get it, but that run down the final straight, he might get it if he keeps his corners clean. Snake.
Oh, the just time gain. He doesn't get DRS down the first straight.
He won't get it until the back straight at best, but I don't think the DRS straight down the main straight's enough for a drag race, so he needs to close up to the back of him really fast here. A second in a lap, can he do it? He might get DRS down the back straight to help him with his chances here. And Zola on Windex may happen soon, but right now, oh, and Snake is within a second. He's going to get DRS down this back straight. It's going to be very close to the line. It might even be a drag race here.
Yeah, it's going to be a drag race to the line. If I was Moist, I'd be saving that battery because it's going to be crucial in these final laps with that DRS opening.
Running on board the Snake here. Catch cam. Can he get him? Blinking. I think they're both blinking. The Snake is almost out of battery as well. They're both pushing as hard as they can to his lane. The gap is now down to 0.7 of a second. Need a really good corner from Snake here. Wants to get to the back of him.
Windex and Zola in the back fighting.
Snake has closed the gap down to 0.5 of a second. Could he get him? He needs to close to the back of him here.
Snake is trying his hardest. Under braking, he's going to gain so much time.
But he's not.
If Moist can just hold it together, but it's not enough. And Moist is your Bahrain Grand Prix winner.
First race of the season. Wow, what a finish. To close it off, 5:10 separating P1 and P2.
Wait, Hero Gemini may get Booth or Herbie. No. Hero Gemini settles into P5. Moist. With the race win. That's a 2-win streak for him.
It's a 2-peat for Moist here in the exhibition in the main race. He's looking very strong as a title contender so far. Rounding out the final points positions, all the drivers are getting points. All the drivers that finished are getting points here. 8 out of 18 drivers have DNF'd here. The final one to cross the line, Flavor. And that is round 1 at Bahrain. What an erratic race, Hayes. All over the place.
Yeah.
But still, great fun. What drives we've had. That Veli comeback was almost story of the day. But
yeah, but just the unfortunate DNF.
I'm well entertained. The podium celebrations now.
Moist claims the opening win.
I do believe AlphaTauri will be leading the constructors after that. Maybe barely behind McLaren with that win.
I believe it was a P2, P4. How many points does P4 give?
Remember, Flavor did get a point, and we do not know who has fastest lap yet. All the points will be calculated by tomorrow and posted in our XRL Discord.
So, yeah, AlphaTauri's going to take the lead in the constructors with 30 points off of that
What a
P2,
showing from
P4
them.
finish. And Zola's going to have the fastest lap. So that's going to be 5 points for Mercedes here. Salvage did a little bit.
8 DNFs in an 18-car race. What? Oh. Just imagine what next week at Saudi's gonna be like.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
A very interesting race, but if there's another battle for the lead or battles all over the place like that, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, this was a
It's
pretty
round one here
interesting
at Bahrain.
commentating job, and I'm happy I made it.
Oh, I can't wait to do it again. Of course, we have X1 coming in around an hour from now. For any of you watching right now, if you're interested, we will be live again around.
It won't be
What
us
is it?
commentating, we'll actually be on the track.
It'll be J-Leb and Zola commentating for you here around. The stream will be up around 7:55 BST, and that is 2:55 EST for us. Us in the North Americans, of course. But that is it for round one at Bahrain here. What a
And I
race.
mean,
We'll see you all next week at this
yep.
time again. But, of course, join us again in an hour for X1. You won't want to miss it. But that is it for X2 tonight. We'll see you again next week. Me and Hayes will hopefully be joining you again. That is it
Yeah.
for the stream. We'll see you all next time.